Before we talk about Rise of the Rest, Steve, I wanted to talk a little bit about the state of American cities, especially in the middle of the country. The economy is undergoing a massive transformation in terms of globalization and automation. Young people are fleeing, old people are dying, immigrants are coming. So is there a common thread that you've been seeing in all the cities that you have visited so far? 38 in 26 states, right?
Right.
Since the initiative began.
Yeah, I think there is some threads, and I think it is worth, you earlier said that a lot of people who feel left behind. I'd argue they have been left behind. And if you just look at the data, it's pretty sobering. And I got involved in this 7 or 8 years ago, and I was asked to do some things, co-chair something called the National Advisory Council on Innovation and Entrepreneurship, and then made some recommendations to then President Obama, and he created something called Startup America, which he asked me to chair, and I was on his Jobs Council. And all the data we were looking at there was, for me, a little bit of a wake-up call that essentially, all the net job creation in the country at the time was coming from startups, not from small business, not from big business, but from these young, high-growth businesses. Yet we were only backing entrepreneurs in a few places. And even last year, 75% of venture capital in this country went to just 3 states: California, New York, Massachusetts. 75%. California alone gets 50% of the whole country's venture capital. States like Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Virginia, each get less than 1%. So California gets every week, the entrepreneurs in California, what entrepreneurs in these big states get every year. And given the connection with job creation, it's not that surprising that you have a dynamic where some cities are shrinking. There's a brain drain of people fleeing to the coast because the perception is the opportunities there, and the reality for the last 20 years has been the opportunities there. So I think we just kind of need to take a step back and understand that is the dynamic that's happening. So our whole focus with this is how do you kind of level the playing field so everybody everywhere really does feel like they have a shot at the American dream because they have access to some of the capital they need to start and scale these companies. And if we are unsuccessful in doing that, I think some of the divide we have now will increase even further. And the reality, we wake up this morning in Aspen, I think probably most of us are pretty optimistic about the future. I think most people in most parts of the country wake up in the morning and are anxious about the future. It feels like the things that are happening to their communities, their families are bad, not good, and they look forward with new technologies and AI and robotics and reason to be even more anxious. So we have to, in my opinion, back more of these entrepreneurs in more of these places. They're going to create some of the breakout companies that could be the giant companies of this next wave.